Alright. That was a fuck up on my part. Hold on, guys. So... Alright, yeah. I messed up. So, let's just start over. I'll cut this out later if I messed it up this bad. So, welcome to episode 2 of the Pissed Off Punks podcast. I'm Trent Smitty, again. I haven't changed my name since then, so just in case you're wondering if I did or not. But, I fucked up last time with my audio. I'm using Raycons to listen to the computer. So my mic was plugged in, but the computer was taking my Raycons microphone instead. So it just sounds like that we're on the phone for 2 hours as you listen to me just talk about schizophrenic shit. So without further ado, I'm gonna be real with you. I started the stream, and then I forgot to hit go live. So, oh yeah, before we start, from the last stream to this stream, we've got fucking 7. I'm talking 7 subscribers. You guys are badass. You guys are awesome. You're my first fans. It's only uphill from here, baby. Let's fucking do it. Anyway. Now that my fuck-ups are out of the way, let's do this again. Yeah, I'm not going to watch the whole video, or not the whole Trump speech, because most of it's boring as shit. This is the only interesting part that actually happened.
We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties.
Big numbers. So the Republicans are really mad that I think his name's Al Green just stands up, starts shaking his cane "Fuck you, bitch!" And this pissed off the entire Republican Party, it seems.
And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525, on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history,
here he goes.
More Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing...
By what polling? What margin? What polling are you citing that people want to fucking... What the fuck am I saying? It's Trump. He's not citing any polling. He's just making this shit up. Whatever.
Record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
The most ever. The Republicans are a fucking weird-looking bunch.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
I like what he said there because of, he says, decorum. These are the same motherfuckers that, encourage shutting down. Obama, they fucking worship Trump, and they call, the January 6 people patriots. But, what? Now that they're, heckling you, all of a sudden it's just, this horrible fucking thing. Oh my god, you're interrupting greatness. Sit down and listen to this man's diarrhea.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant at Arms to restore order to the joint session.
Woo! Silence him!
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir.
Keep standing there.
Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Woo! These motherfuckers like cheering like a football crowd for someone like practicing free speech being thrown out. That's pretty patriotic of these Republicans. There he goes. You should have just yelled like, "Fuck you, bitch!"
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Thank you.
It's to maintain decorum. Anyway, here's the biggest fucking dipshit on the planet here to go.
Over the past 6 weeks, I have signed nearly 100 executive orders and taken more than 400 executive actions, a record to restore common sense, safety, optimism, and wealth all across our wonderful land.
Shitting out all those executive orders isn't getting things done. That's unilateral rule. You dipshits pissed yourself in fear if Biden signed an executive order, but Trump just diarrheas them out, and you rim his asshole for it. Like, you're a bunch of whores. I've met prostitutes with higher standards than politicians. Like, seriously, I have. Like,
The people elected me to do the job, and I'm doing it.
woo! Anyway, that's it. But, I don't know. Part of me thinks that this was all staged as just like a power flex, for Trump to do. You know, he can be like, silence him! If it's not staged, that just means that that dude is the only Democrat that's not like a big pussy. Because, I mean, I feel like if they actually... That's what... Part of what makes me think this is all staged, too, is, you know, like, I feel like if all the Democrats did it, this would have... That would have been an actual protest. This is just one guy. So, that guy's either cool or he's on Trump's payroll. One of the two. Who fucking knows, though? Anyway.
I want you to...
Oh, yeah. I was gonna respond to Trudeau's speech about the tariffs, but Trump keeps, like, going back and forth on it so fast that I decided just later, like, in a day or two, I'm probably just gonna make a full video about the tariff situation in general. Because I know that's big news, but it got canceled out, like, the next fucking day. So, anyway. This is funny.
Watch what happens in this video when Senator Marshall is asked about DOGE cuts, particularly those that have an impact on the jobs of military veterans.
What you're doing right now, what the government is doing right now, as far as cutting out those jobs, a huge percentage of those people, and I know you care about the veterans, are veterans.
Yes.
And that is a damn shame.
Yes. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is a damn shame.
Yes.
I'm not a Democrat, but I'm worried about the veterans, man. Let's go.
You don't have to be a Democrat to be worried about veterans. But no, I mean I get this. My father-in-law is a veteran, and he kisses Trump's ass. And I mean, I'm not talking shit about him. He's a really cool guy, but I keep trying to tell him, like, dude, Trump's gonna fuck you over like really bad. You know, as far as veterans benefits go, and I don't know. I guess he just doesn't believe me. These people seem to have finally caught on, though.
Well, I yielded to him, one of my elders, and I appreciate his comments. I think it's a great. I'm not gonna. We don't have time for everyone to stand up. I do got 2 more commitments today. Appreciate everybody making the drive out, and God bless America. Thank you.
We're gonna take pictures with you, buddy, right?
In a statement to local news, Marshall's...
I don't know. Well, what a fucking pussy. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, hey, I'm really concerned about what's happening. He's just like, goodbye. God, how fucking slippery can you be?
I was sobbing.
Oh, yeah. This is fucked up. Anyway, yeah. Michigan 8th grader who sat for Pledge of Allegiance says teacher told her to go back to your country.
And I ran out of the room crying.
14-year-old Danielle Khalaf tells me that an experience with her teacher at East Middle School in Plymouth has made 8th grade an anxious experience for her. She says it started January 10th when the Pledge of Allegiance started playing over school speakers.
I decided I wanted to sit down because I didn't feel comfortable standing because of what's happening in Palestine. After the pledge was over, the teacher...
I started dipping my toes into how I am nowadays, like my political views. Obviously, it was it was an angry teenager version. I mean, it's kind of now it's just an angry adult version, but it was an angry teenager version back then. And yeah, I didn't stand for the Pledge of Allegiance after a certain grade. I never got in trouble for it though. I don't know if it's because I'm a white Southern guy. My teachers would always like mean-eye me. But that's it. I was never shit on for it. You can't get in trouble for it. It's freedom of speech to not, they make you do this when you're like 5 years old, because you don't question authority. Most people don't when they're 5, in kindergarten. But like pledging your allegiance is a big thing, and America fucking sucks donkey dick right now, so I totally get why you wouldn't want to pledge your allegiance to a country that fucking hates you.
Addressed the class and said that anyone that was sitting down was being very disrespectful.
Danielle says that after class she went to the teacher
It's your right to be disrespectful.
to explain why she was sitting, but she says the teacher spoke over her continuously, ultimately telling her,
since I enjoy the freedoms of the country and that I live here, I should either stand or go back to my country.
Crying, Danielle says that she left the classroom and went to the counselor's office. Her father, Jacob, tells me that they've since learned the teacher admitted to that statement.
Their only solution was to put my daughter in a different class.
I reached out to Plymouth Canton Schools. They issued this response saying,
How about you fire the teacher for being a stupid racist bitch? How come, like, teachers never get fired unless they, like, have sex with students? What's with that? Like, teachers can get away with, like, basically anything besides that. Like, there are teachers that should not be teachers. Like, if every fucking kid hates you, or if they're doing shit like this, like, if they're being, like, evil, racist bitches, you should be able to fire a fucking teacher as easy as you could somebody at Arby's. Like, why the fuck not? In fact, their job's more important than somebody that works at Arby's, so it should be held to a higher standard.
the district has been made aware of the incident. An investigation was conducted and appropriate action was taken. They wrote that
Is there no audio?
Is that they
Why ain't there audio? Okay. That's about it anyway, but...
The situation apparently started...
Okay, no, I'm not getting audio. Cool.
After the pair arrived...
Yeah, I'm not. Cool. Hold on a sec.
Late for their flight and...
Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. Sorry about having all kinds of technical fuckery today. Cool. It's episode 2, y'all. Alright, yeah. I haven't seen this before. Some crazy shit that happened at an airport. Let's check it out.
First tonight, 2 people are in custody facing charges after allegedly assaulting an airport worker. Video shows the moments law enforcement detains them following that alleged assault. Good evening to you. I'm Chelsea Jones. The situation apparently started after the pair arrived late for their flight and missed it. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister live from Miami International Airport with a closer look at what happened. Anna.
Well, Chelsea, this man and woman, they were hoping to fly to Mexico today, but they landed themselves in jail instead. Now, according to MDSO, this all started when they were trying to get onto their flight. They were running late. They were trying to force themselves onto the flight. That's what deputies tell us. Then they say that the man, he got into an altercation with an airport worker and then threw his coffee on him. And we actually have video of the moment of the takedown between police officers and that man. I want to show you that video now. We obtained it from Only and Dade. You can see that there are deputies taking down this man, trying to subdue him, and then they're having a bit of a struggle with this guy on the ground. Then you see a woman that he was traveling with. She's speaking to someone as the man is being arrested. Deputies took both of them into custody. And we did show travelers this video of the takedown, and here's what they had to say about the whole situation.
Lack of respect for each other people in general. We need to have more respect for one another.
He was aggressive and threw coffee in someone is not okay. Like you could burn someone, and even if it wasn't hard, it is not okay to throw anything in.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be that anxious to get on a plane nowadays anyway. It looks like you have like a 1 in 10 chance of crashing and burning. So.
Anyone.
Police identified the couple arrested as Rafael Sarafe Noviez and Beatrice Rappaport de Campos Maya. Now,
well, yeah, of course Rafael threw coffee at the dude. He's the rude dude of the crew.
They're both charged with battery and trespassing. That man, he's also charged with resisting an officer. And just moments ago, we did get a statement from American Airlines. It reads in part, acts of violence are not tolerated by American Airlines, and we are committed to working closely with law enforcement in their investigation. But for now, reporting live from MIA, Anna McAllister.
No, all right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting on a plane until all that shit's fixed. That's just it's too risky now. I'm like if I have to get across the country, I'm just gonna fucking drive. Oh, here's some fun shit. So you remember last episode, or I mean, you just saw it in general. It was big news where Trump and Zelensky just like or basically Trump just invited Zelensky into the White House just to be like, fuck you, you're a piece of shit. Fuck you. I'm not giving you any more money. And then, like, they'd ask him, like, Vance would ask him, like, 20 questions in a row, not letting him answer. And then as soon as he tries to answer, Trump's like, don't talk to my wife like that, you son of a bitch. Get out. Cutting funding. Well, yeah, so this is Trump's temper tantrum after that.
We have some breaking news. CBS News has confirmed the Trump administration is pausing all military aid to Ukraine. Pentagon reporter Eleanor Watson joins us now. Eleanor, what do we know?
Yeah, the White House, a White House official confirmed to CBS that the president is pausing and reviewing all aid to Ukraine to ensure that it is contributing to a solution. Now, this comes after the skirmish, for lack of a better word, in the Oval Office on Friday between President Trump and President...
That wasn't a skirmish. That was just him picking on Zelensky. Like, that was the whole reason he was even invited, was he just wanted to shit on him. Like, that was the plan all along. You can't convince me it wasn't. Like, he had no plan of being diplomatic with Zelensky.
President Zelensky. Now, the Trump administration had not promised any new military aid to Ukraine, but what it had not stopped was what was in the pipeline committed by the Biden administration. The Biden administration, as we know, had committed about $66 billion worth of equipment from current Defense Department stocks and in contracts for defense industry to make weapons for Ukraine. This pause now stops all of that. There have been shipments to Ukraine since the Trump administration came to office, because not everything that Biden's administration committed can make it over there quickly. Like vehicles sometimes may take months to get over to Ukraine. What the Trump administration had been doing was just letting that go to Ukraine without committing anything more. Now it appears that the Trump administration has stopped all aid from flowing to Ukraine.
As you saw this news coming in,
Cool. I mean, that was the plan all along, right? So, fun stuff. Looks like Ukraine is gonna maybe not exist anymore, at least not in its current form. And that's dope, I guess, if you're a Trump supporter. Oh yeah, there's a measles outbreak in Texas because of all these anti-vax dipshits. Like, vaccines were fine until some moms on Facebook somehow, like, got into the ear of the fucking government. But, I don't know, now that there's an actual outbreak of something that can be easily avoided with a vaccine, it seems that fucking, you know, the fucking disgrace to the Kennedy family has changed his mind. Let's check it out.
Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says vaccination is a personal decision that can protect people. He wrote an opinion piece for Fox News on Sunday, and those comments come amidst that measles outbreak in Texas and 8 other states. The CDC reporting 164 cases as of last Thursday. While Kennedy did not explicitly recommend people get a measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, he did say the outbreak was a call to action for people to, in his words, reaffirm their commitment to public health. Kennedy said vaccines not only protect children from measles, but also contribute to community immunity, protecting people who cannot be vaccinated. Kennedy's been an outspoken skeptic of some vaccines. He has a history of making those comments, previously saying no vaccine is safe and effective. That is what he has said in the past, previously tying vaccines to a rise in autism, though there is no evidence to support that on a large scale. Studies have shown the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine is, in fact, safe and effective.
Wah, wah, wah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So now that something serious is actually happening, he's gone back on it. You know, well, it's like he said that he's not saying to get vaccinated per se, but, like, what else would he mean by that? Like, there's not, like, a measles, like, pill to stop it. So, I don't know. What a fucking loser. RFK is the biggest fucking loser I've ever met. He's also fucking weird. Like, he's just really weird. And, like, I remember, because I paid attention to him, pretty close attention to him when he was running, because he was running as an independent. But basically all of his talking points come down to, like, I think vaccinations and flaming hot Cheetos are the worst thing to happen to America. It's like, what? What? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. Like, oh yeah. I don't know much about, like, Serbian politics. I know that, since, like, the 80s or 90s, it's been kind of a clusterfuck, you know, with Yugoslavia breaking up and all that. And I guess Serbia, you know, just from things I've read from other people, at least, commenting on it, that, you know, Serbia kind of wants to still have a Yugoslavia to some degree. But, so I don't know the context behind this, but I guess they were having a parliament, and this happened. Like, one of the parties just started fucking throwing smoke bombs everywhere. Like how some of them are just still sitting there. Like, other ones are like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And obviously I can't read that shit. I speak American. Yeah, and some people got hurt from it too. If anybody wants to like leave a comment and like give me some, you know, give me some context to this, I'd appreciate it. That shit's crazy. Like, if we did that shit here, that would be insane. Like, if people started throwing smoke bombs at Trump, there'd be like Republicans calling for like civil war and shit. In other world news, some bumblefuck in South Korea accidentally dropped bombs on people's fucking houses. Boom. Holy shit. At least 15 people were injured. Did anybody die? MK-82 bombs were abnormally released and landed outside their designated target range. Yeah. I don't think the military needs to even say that. At least one pilot appeared to have put the wrong target coordinates, the military said. Several buildings were destroyed in a village with the city limits of Pocheon, I'm not good at Korean. About 25 miles north of Seoul. Jet fighters were conducting preparations for joint military drills between the U.S. and South Korea. Well, you really showed those North Koreans by accidentally dropping bombs on one of your own fucking neighborhoods. Good job, South Korea. Jesus Christ. You motherfuckers picked a big-ass bouquet of oopsie daisies.
I don't want...
Here's Bernie giving one of his commie speeches.
Want anybody here to feel that we cannot stop Trumpism. We can't. And I don't want... But we can't unless people come together and get involved in the political process. They think they can roll over us. But
a problem with that, Bernie, and you know this as well as any of the rest of us, is like trying to participate in the political process, at least with the Democrat Party. The people wanted you twice, but these super delegates came along and forced Hillary and Biden into the nomination instead. You know that shit doesn't work. So I don't know how we go from here unless the Democrat Party's heart just grows 3 sizes one day. Like, I don't know. This man got fucked twice.
But they're not. We're going to fight back. And not only are we going to fight back and defeat Trumpism and oligarchy and authoritarianism, our job in the richest country in the history of the world is to create the kind of nation that we know we can become. It is not utopian. It is not impossible to believe that every man, woman, and child in this country can have a decent standard of living. We don't need people dying because they can't afford prescription drugs or get to a doctor. What is going on now is an unprecedented level of greed and power on top. These oligarchs want it all. They really do. They are not nice guys. And if we stand together, we can beat them. And for the future of not only our lives, but our future generations, we must beat them. Let's go forward together. Thank you all very much.
He's been doing this a lot lately. It's making me wonder if he's going to try to run for president again. Which, I don't know, maybe third time's the charm. It'd be cool if he actually was able to. Maybe by then we'll have, like, dementia Bernie, so he won't have, like, this, you know, like every time he'll, like, campaign and talk shit about the Democrat Party until he gets pushed out and he's not the nominee. And then all of a sudden he's like, look, I respect Biden. He's a good man. He's, fucking cool. I am now a bootlicker because I did not get the nominee. And it's like, I'm hoping if they fuck Bernie again, if he runs again, which they will probably, I'm hoping that you know, maybe Dementia Bernie will be more rude. Like, he'll be like, fuck you, Gavin Newsom, you fucking prick. I will fuck your wife right in front of you after I'm done making Trump lick my balls. That's the Bernie that we need. That's the Bernie that will win, okay? He's like, you shut your fat fucking mouth, bitch. I don't know.
Is working.
I'd maybe vote for him. Oh yeah, this is a fucking nightmare.
60 hours a week the key to winning the AI race? Sergey Brin thinks so. In a recent internal memo, the Google co-founder urged employees working on the company's AI projects to be in the office every weekday, pushing for what he calls the sweet spot of productivity, 60-hour work weeks. While he acknowledges that excessive hours can lead to burnout, he believes intense dedication is necessary to stay ahead in the battle for artificial general intelligence, AGI. His comments come as Google ramps up efforts to compete with OpenAI and other AI leaders. But not everyone is on board. While Google
I don't think anybody's on board for 60-hour work weeks.
Mandates 3 office days a week, Brin's push for daily attendance signals a cultural shift. The company is now tracking office attendance through badge swipes, factoring it into performance reviews. This divide between leadership expectations and employee preferences echoes a broader industry debate. Companies like Amazon are enforcing stricter return-to-office policies, while others continue embracing remote work. Does grinding longer hours in an office truly drive innovation, or does it risk burnout and diminishing returns? Google is betting that close collaboration and extended workdays will give them an edge, but only time will tell if employees see it the same way. The push for increased office attendance amid the AI race highlights the tension between productivity and employee well-being.
You better start believing in cyberpunk dystopias, because you're fucking in one, okay? 60-hour work weeks by Google, saying that's the way to compete with AI, you know, to get better AI. What a fucking nightmare, dude. I love the future. I remember when we were kids, we were told the future was going to be, like, fun, you know, and cool. Like, everybody will have flying cars, and, you know, like, we'll have, like, robot eyes. Like, we could, like, look on the internet through, like, our pupils and shit. But no, it's just going to be 60-hour work weeks for, so we can program our robot overlords to take our jobs for us. That sounds fucking cool. Anyway, this is something, I guess I do have something about the tariffs a little bit. Canada is just, until this shit is done with, stripping all American beer, liquor, wine, whatever else from their shelves. Saying like, okay, well, we're just not gonna buy it then, if it's gonna be that fucking expensive.
All of Canada's provinces have now said no to American alcohol. But the maker of Jack Daniels is calling the Canadian response disproportionate, saying it's worse than a tariff because it's literally taking your sales away, completely removing products from the shelves. Despite protesting the removal, the company's CEO says they can take the hit because Canada represents just 1% of its total sales.
Yeah, I mean, that might be the way to actually fix it, though. Like, if, the only way anything gets done in this country is if, companies lobby. So maybe all these liquor companies, yeah, like Jack Daniels or whatever else, actually, like, lobbying to end this tariff shit. Maybe that's the way to do it. Anyway, yeah, House Speaker Mike Johnson's chief of staff charged with DUI. This happened, like, right after Trump's speech. I think he was, like, pulling around to pick up Mike Johnson. And then, then this happened.
SLA News 12 starts now with breaking news.
Breaking news on KSLA News 12 at 5. Mike Johnson's chief of staff, Hayden Haynes, was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence. Now, the incident happened Tuesday night after President Trump's address in Congress. CBS News tells us that Haynes was given a citation to appear in court. And
is that Dick Masterson back there? This dude? You're that guy that went on Dr. Phil that like trolled the whole show where he like shaved his head, wore the Hawaiian shirt with the mustache. He was just a caricature of like the most misogynist dude ever, and he fucking successfully did it. He pissed off Dr. Phil, where Dr. Phil's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" Like, I don't know, that's exactly what he looks like. I don't know, this dude just looks like, I don't know, some Russian like villain in a movie. Like the enforcer guy, not the main boss. Like he's the guy that the protagonist fights first.
U.S. Capitol Police said a driver backed into a parked vehicle near the Capitol at around 11:40 p.m. and was taken into custody. Now, KSLA reached out to House Speaker Johnson's Capitol office, and just 20 minutes ago, his office replied with this statement saying the Speaker is aware of the encounter that occurred last night involving his Chief of Staff and the Capitol Police. The Speaker has known and worked closely with Hayden for nearly a decade and trusted him to serve as his Chief of Staff for his entire tenure in Congress. Because of this and Hayden's esteemed reputation among members and staff alike, the Speaker has full faith and confidence in Hayden's ability to lead the Speaker's office.
And then...
Yeah. Spoilers. Anyway. That shit's funny, though. Like, they fucking... The dude, like, your most trusted driver is drunk as fuck. Like, he just crashes and he kept his job. Actually, you know what? I'm fine with it. Mike Johnson, if you think this drunk dude can drive good enough, you go ahead and keep getting in the car with him. I trust your judgment. Anyway, yeah, this is cool.
An NYPD detective is under fire after a raunchy pole dancing video surfaced online. Detective Melissa Mercado, who serves in the department's Special Victims Unit, was seen performing in a revealing outfit in the music video for rapper Esquire's song Doin' That. The footage, which quickly went viral, has sparked controversy within the NYPD.
I don't mean to sound whatever label you can throw on this, but she doesn't have to be a cop. Like, she could I don't know. Like she's good looking enough. She could do, I don't know, work that would make her a lot more money. I'm not saying like sex work, but I mean, there's a lot of money in being hot. There just is. I mean, she probably makes more money. She probably made more money doing this music video than she has on, you know, probably her monthly salary on the police force. Why are you a pig?
While some argue that what she does in her personal life is her business, others believe it raises concerns about professionalism, especially given her role in law enforcement.
You do whatever the fuck you want when you're off of work. Like, why not? There are cops that, like, overdose on fentanyl while they're on duty, so who gives a shit what this cop's doing off duty? You know, she wants to booty dance in a rap video, who gives a shit?
If Mercado received payment for her appearance, she may have also violated department policy, which requires officers to file for off-duty employment approval. This incident is reminiscent of a 2022 controversy involving a rookie NYPD officer.
Wait, do you need to be approved by the cops to do other work when you're not being a cop? Why? That sounds fucking stupid.
Officer filmed giving a married lieutenant a lap dance at a department party. As of now, both Mercado and the NYPD have remained silent on the matter. The question remains, will this viral video impact her career?
You know what? Maybe not a cab, but like M cab. Most cops are bastards, but I don't know. She's the coolest cop I've seen in a while. You know, unless you count like movie characters. Yeah, leave this bitch alone. She's cool.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr.
Shut up. So, after that little clusterfuck in the White House with Vance and Trump and Zelensky decided it was a perfect time to go skiing. Right after he just did one of the things that dropped their approval ratings pretty fucking low. And he decided the best place to go skiing at would be in the most progressive state in the fucking country. So, very shockingly, there were protesters.
US Vice President J.D. Vance has been forced to move his family to an
Also, I don't know why the only video I could find was like an Australian video. Like, I don't know why like I couldn't find like ABC or CNN or Fox or whatever covering this.
Undisclosed location after protesters swarmed the Vermont ski resort they were vacationing at, just days after his public dust-up with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the White House.
This is the latest from the newsroom.
Mr. Vance and his family were greeted by hundreds of outraged protesters lining the street while visiting Sugarbush Resort in Waitsfield. They were soon forced to cut their 4-day trip short as the protests intensified.
I wish my town was this cool. My town just had like, there was a drag brunch at the town I'm in, and because some drag queens decided to go eat brunch in my town, Nazis, literal Nazis, were just marching through our street, like through our neighborhood, and they stood across the street from it, like literally just like doing the Hitler salute, waving like swastika flags and shit. And then I've talked about moving to Vermont, not just for political reasons, but it's just a way nicer place in general. But you know, you look at this, and then you look at what happened in my town, and people are like, why would you ever want to leave? Why would you ever want to leave the South, buddy?
Demonstrators displayed signs labeling Mr. Vance as a national disgrace, accusing him of being a traitor, and encouraged his family to go ski in Russia.
Do you think it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and...
Vance would probably be safer skiing in Russia than he would here. I feel like more people hate him here than in Russia.
Attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country.
A North Richmond resident has documented the daily reality of living near Melbourne's controversial safe injecting room, where addicts are regularly seen shooting up on the street and erratic drug users assault and terrorise locals. A local man who did not want to be identified claimed there are 15,000 plus residents in the area that have to deal with this stuff every day. It's just constant. You name it. It's happened. The once cherished suburb has been branded a ghetto and a Disneyland for drug users by the city of Yarra Mayor, who has pleaded for the state government to step in and stop gaslighting residents about the deteriorating conditions. A passenger has recounted...
Yeah, this doesn't... Okay, yeah. The rest of this doesn't have to do with it. I don't know. I think it's funny, though. So, that happened. And, in response... this fine gentleman right here, Styx Hexenhammer 666, has decided to give our good old vice president an apology on behalf of everybody in Vermont. I only just discovered him very recently. I hate that his views are so stupid, because I like his style. Like, you know, we obviously have similar sunglasses taste. I dig the pirate hat and whatever the fuck what else he's wearing. Is it like a monk robe or a ninja robe or something? Like, I can get down with it, but so fashion-wise, I dig it. Personality-wise, he's a fucking moron. So let's check it out.
Alright, it's time as a Vermonter to make an apology, specifically to J.D. Vance. He came to our state, went to Sugarbush, I've been there before myself several times, in order to go skiing with his family, his wife and his several children. And a small group of Vermonters decided to protest, because they're not aware of the fact that skiing is not a political event, number one. And number two, Vance has only been vice president for a very short time and hasn't really, as of yet, done much of anything. It was mainly a Ukrainian protest more than anything.
I can respect being condescending, but you're also downplaying the protest. Your idea that skiing isn't political is pretty funny when the motherfucker skiing is the vice president that also just co-piloted pushing Ukraine off a cliff. Also, protests don't just get to happen at designated times when the government feels like they should happen. If you're a large political figure, that impacts lives globally, and you should expect people to call you on your bullshit wherever you're going.
Anything else. So my apologies. You've got to understand the situation. Most of these people probably weren't even from Vermont. This is a very touristy state.
That's a pretty pathetic attempt at a delegitimization there. I don't know, do you think that protests are confined to zip codes or something? It's like if you want to protest, you have to be from that area.
Most of them were probably New Yorkers or massholes, as we call them. No offense to any Massachusetts subscribers, I'm sure that you're fine. But some Massachusetts residents are fucking assholes. Maybe they were some of the,
I mean, some residents from everywhere are fucking assholes. Like, all corners of the globe. I don't see what that has to do with anything. Like, you think people from Vermont don't act that way? Like, there's only liberals in Massachusetts and New York?
off-hook leftoids from New Hampshire or something like that. Half of them probably weren't even living in Vermont. The rest of them are from the Champlain Valley.
Nice, meaningless gatekeep disguised as a gotcha that you have there. Like, what? They're probably from this area.
That's probably where you got your protest from. J.D. Vance goes to ski with his family, and security detail, of course. And he's just looking to relax for a few days because, you know, the stress of that kind of office is considerable. Kamala Harris wouldn't know because she never did anything when she was vice president, but I digress.
Yeah, because Vance does anything besides just suck Trump's dick, like, for sure.
And several hundred people show up to ramble about Ukraine. Let me ask you a question to the protesters. What nation are you actually in? Is it A, the United States, or B, somewhere else, including Ukraine? I think the answer is A. Last time I checked, we were the United States of America, and we were founded on the concept of not having foreign entanglements. If Donald Trump...
that's just not knowing history. The U.S. has always had its fingers in foreign affairs since its inception, like trade wars, expansion, and shit like that. Something also tells me you're fine with foreign entanglements when they involve corporate interests, oil, and proxy wars that are announced under the presidents that you like. But you just don't happen to like them when they're under Democrat presidents. I feel like I'm pretty close to the truth on that one.
For instance, today said, we're just going to abandon Ukraine and fend for yourselves. It's perfectly fine. Go away. I would not have a problem with it. This does not make me pro-Russia. It makes me pro-United States. Let the man take his family...
That's a cop-out. If you're actively supporting policies that only benefit Russia while you're pretending it's just about isolationism, you're either really fucking stupid or you're dishonest. Like, or both.
Out to ski. You're basically being like Maxine Waters. You remember that years ago when she had that screed where she's like, oh, if you see him at the gas station, if you see him at the restaurant.
This is a standard basic bitch conservative talking point. Public officials don't get to just turn off their role when it's convenient. If you fuck over millions of people, you don't get to just ski in peace like you're just some, you know, random suburban dad on vacation. Also, you referencing Maxine Waters is pretty telling, because conservatives love to act like the left-wing protests are the real problem. while you completely ignore the years of right-wing harassment, death threats, violent attacks on leftists like politicians, activists, and groups. Like, I didn't see you, I don't see you, or I haven't watched you before until this video, but I don't imagine you having really a problem with that. I could be wrong, but, you know.
Don't give them a moment's peace, basically. But that's I mean, you've got a decayed mind at that point. You're not allowing a person to enjoy, like, a restaurant visit with their family or something like that. They're not allowed to eat a meal.
They're public workers. Like, they're the ones that control your life. So yeah, that's a big responsibility. Somebody like the president or the vice president, yeah, they don't get to clock out. Not for 4 to 8 years.
They're not. You're not permitting them to spend time with their children. Well, I thought it was about family values and stuff. It's retarded, basically, is what it is. And this unfortunately happened in my home state. Link in the description. You can look that up if you want. Some Vermonters are celebrating this. They do not speak for the average Vermonter. I can assure you, the average Vermonter is...
No true Scotsman. They may never take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
Down to the earth, grounded, has common sense, and doesn't do this sort of thing. Now, do I support their right to protest J.D. Vance skiing at Sugarbush? Yeah, I mean, you have the right to protest. Yeah.
Then what's the point of this video, then?
They weren't being violent or anything like that. Again, you don't get that kind of thing generally speaking in Vermont. You have every right to speak out. I had a few people, some leftoids obviously, speaking out against me, which is also their right, by the way, and insinuating that I was trying to prevent them from having their right to free expression. I have no problem with that. I have my right to free expression, and my platform is a lot larger than any of yours, which makes me very happy. So
that's a way to stroke your own ego rather than actually engaging with those people. Good job.
I would like to extend a personal apology to J.D. Vance. You were treated badly once you came to my state, and it should not have happened. Literally, they had to, because of security concerns, they had to take him off of his skiing trip, along with his wife and children, and put him in an undisclosed location. They literally had to abscond from Sugarbush.
Aw, what a poor little victim, poor little JD. There are plenty of different groups of people under attack by the Trump administration at the moment, so I don't know, you'll forgive me for not crying over poor little Vancey Poo here.
I'm thinking to myself, Vermont is normally very, very, it's almost hedonistic at times, actually, very welcoming of people from out of state. We may call you a flatlander, but that's pretty much the only thing that we're going to do. And that depends on the location that you're from, by the way. Vermont is a touristy state. We pride ourselves on being very cosmopolitan towards people, especially within the New England area, but in general. I remember growing up in Woodstock, for example, I saw some Saudi prince, probably, walking down the street. He had the robe on and everything. I've seen it all. I grew up in Woodstock, on the other side, which is even more touristy than where J.D. Vance is from. Sugarbush is sort of in the margins between the two. You've got Woodstock, Sugarbush area, and Bridgewater, places outside of Woodstock. Then you've got Killington, and then you come down into Rutland.
I didn't ask for a fucking geography quiz. You don't have to name, like, every single place around there.
All very touristy. By the way, JD, you should come to Rutland. Go to the farmer's market. I guarantee if you know how to cook at all, you're going to have a real goddamn good time. Vermonters generally are welcoming of outsiders because half the people in the state at any given point in time aren't from the goddamn state. So this is like the core Bernie Sanders crowd. That's all that it is. Don't think that this speaks.
Bernie Sanders has a pretty large crowd in Vermont. They've been electing him since, what, the fucking 70s? So, I imagine if he stayed in power that long, that this isn't some small fringe group. Like, seems to be a pretty decent number of people from Vermont. Like, why are you downplaying how many people in Vermont are like progressives or leftists or whatever?
Even for the average Vermont liberal, by the way, because it doesn't. It speaks to a small, extreme class of people who are perpetually offended.
Yeah, people that hate Trump and Vance are so, like, the group size is so extremely small. It's a fringe faction. I almost never, ever hear about how Trump sucks ass from everyone I meet. Dude, Styx, I live in the South. He has more supporters, like a lot more supporters here than where you live. And I mean a fucking fuckload of supporters. But there's still like a good third of us that hate Trump, you know, like, and like so what? People in your state have different political views than you, so they're a small fringe group. I don't fucking think so, dude. Like, just like in your state with your conservative thinking in Vermont, you're the minority. And my state of Tennessee, with my more progressive-leaning views, I'm the minority. Like, but I'm not going to downplay that Tennessee's not full of Bible-thumping, gun-toting rednecks that fucking love Trump, okay? Like, your argument is stupid.
Who perpetually protest. Once you're gone, once you go back to D.C., they'll find something else to bitch about.
They'll find something else to bitch about because the administration he's a part of will have done like 20 new evil, horrible things since then. I love the downplaying shit he does. Is he always like this? Like, someone on a Discord I'm in made me aware of him, and you know, I don't know. I mean, he was right, or she was right about how dumb this motherfucker is.
That's their job. Their job is literally protesting. I'm not joking about this, by the way. This isn't even hyperbole at this point. There are a small number of people in certain blue states who literally exist only to protest and bitch about things. That's their only goal in life. It's the only reason that they goddamn exist.
You like repeating the same thing over and over again. Anyway, we have the right to protest. So, I mean, what are you doing? Is sitting here bootlicking the establishment while wearing a pirate hat more productive than protesting for your rights? Like, what's your point with this?
So I'm extending a personal apology to JD Vance. I'm sorry that your skiing vacation was, you know, slightly delayed or possibly outright ruined by these people, because it does not speak to the general atmosphere of Vermont.
Okay, him acting like the protesters were out of place is just fucking stupid. I've never been to Vermont, but I know Vermont has a long history of progressive activism. The whole, like, leftist hippies don't belong here shit you're doing take is ironic as fuck, considering Vermont is the most left-leaning state in the whole goddamn country. And again, repeating myself again because you repeat yourself again, powerful figures don't get to dictate when people are allowed to be upset with them.
The general atmosphere of Vermont is, hey, I just made pickles. The general atmosphere of Vermont is, here, look at the tomato plants that I'm growing, and stuff like that. It's rock-ribbed, actually. It's very, very interesting that a bunch of leftoid hippies decided to move into the state. It's like, you're kind of a fish out of water at some point now, aren't you? But, yeah, they managed to fuck around with J.D. Vance's vacation. It's like he's not here to deliver a stump speech. If he were here to deliver a political message, I can understand if you're ideologically opposed, then you protest. If he's there with his goddamn family and he's just goddamn skiing, leave him alone. The same is true of any other public official. Look, I crucify these people on a regular basis. But if Bernie Sanders comes to Rutland to go to the farmer's market, I'm not going to harass him. It's like, ideologically, I'm 90% opposed to you, but you're just buying, like, mushrooms to saute or something like that. I'll shake your goddamn hand. Why would you harass a person, even a public official, unless they're absolutely decrepit? If they're doing something completely...
JD Vance is absolutely fucking decrepit. That whole administration is. Have you looked at that administration? It's Trump, Vance, RFK, all those gross motherfuckers. They are decrepit.
Innocuous. He's not currently beating the shit out of an immigrant. He's not currently deporting someone. He's literally...
Do politicians have to beat the shit out of immigrants for you to find them worth protesting? Here's the thing. Vance helped accelerate a policy that will lead to massive human suffering, and people are responding accordingly.
Just trying to ski. The only other problem is I think he's downhill skiing, which I have a problem with because it's boring as fuck. Now, snowshoeing, that's the only winter sport that I will engage in.
Okay. That whole video was just a mix of bootlicking and downplaying activists. Like, it's basically just the most generic-ass conservative script you can follow. Downplay the protest size, say the protesters aren't from there, make them, mock them while pretending to be reasonable, claim the target of the protest deserves peace, and then insist that real Americans don't behave this way. The reality is that motherfuckers like Vance don't get to escape criticism just because they're on vacation. If anything, protests in informal settings are more effective because they show that people won't just forget about this bullshit once the news cycle moves on. So Styx's video here is really just another attempt to shield and lick the boots of our masters while pretending he's anti-establishment. I know this dude tries to identify as a libertarian, but I mean, it's obvious he doesn't give a shit about other people's rights. So, fuck him. Anyway, we're moving on from political shit. Let's get into some trailers. Okay. That's all we get for that. But, I mean, my thing with Alien... Shut up, I'm not to you yet. My thing with Alien is that, there hasn't been a good one in a long fucking time. Since, before I was born. The first one's really good. The second one is fucking amazing. It's probably one of the best, sci-fi horror movies ever made. The third one's okay, then after that, they're just... So, I don't have too much faith in a new Alien movie. This looks interesting, though.
To take over Amatsukuni has begun! You are all ammunition! Bullets! Right! What the heck is that?
You can fly?
Come on! Don't tell me you're already done!
Hey, funny man, you are going to regret getting cocky with me.
Nobody can beat me under the waves! The water is my home, and it's always on my side! I wouldn't be so sure. That's an ultrasonic shield. You're not going anywhere.
Don't you get it? This is what happens when you face the might of the Emerald Ray.
Hey. Science ninja technique. Decoy body.
When did you do that?
I was never inside to begin with. Sweet dreams.
Okay. I don't know. I've noticed a lot of DC stuff is they're trying to like adopt like an anime style lately. It looks okay. Like I haven't seen the Suicide Squad anime. I watched like 2 episodes of My Adventure with Superman. I saw it on like live TV when I was in a hotel, so I haven't got the chance to sit down and watch the rest of them yet. But the 2 episodes I saw of the Superman anime were pretty good. This looks, I don't know, this looks interesting. Like I'd check this out. It's like Batman versus the Justice League, but with like an anime twist. This movie's being hyped up, so let's check it out.
Mommy, are you gonna have a good day today or a bad day?
I just feel so sorry.
Now that Daddy's dead, we're still gonna live here?
You know what? I don't know.
Pity me.
What's in these? What am I tasting? Doritos? I like it.
Your son's smoking weed.
Hey, Mom, there's a woman in the yard.
Oh shit! It's the name of the movie.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Where'd she come from?
I don't know that either. Maybe she's dead.
Mama!
Come here, baby.
Get the hell out of my yard, bitch!
Daddy will know what to do.
Alright.
Well, Daddy ain't here, bitch. Your daddy's fucking dead. That was mean. I'm sorry.
My husband will be back very soon.
You go outside of this like black cloaked figure, and you're like, my husband ain't here. Come back. He's like, why do you think this person's here to see your husband?
Both know your husband's not coming home.
I don't come unless I'm called. Today's the day.
Why is her face covered?
How did she get here?
I heard that was good.
I think she's closer.
Hey, you got 10 seconds to get off my property.
You children are such darlings. Ripe enough to eat.
What the fuck is
Who
that?
is this woman? Huh? I am trying to protect you.
That noise sounds like I don't know, just like a Pomeranian that thinks it's about to fuck you up.
She needs a light to make a shadow. Come on.
You've been praying for me.
Call her?
Let me help you like you asked me to.
Stay away from my family.
Today's the day.
I know she's supposed to be creepy, saying that, but I just think of the starfish on Finding Nemo. He says the same thing. He's like, "Today's the day." So I can't take that seriously. Yeah, Woman in the Yard. I don't know. It might be all right. Yeah, like an okay movie. I don't see it being a masterpiece, but you know, I've been wrong before.
It's about to kill.
Oh yeah. This is peak. And I mean absolutely peak cinematics. Like, if you don't automatically like a movie, hold on a minute. Let me go to the serious screen because this is serious. If you don't automatically like a movie because it's about the Lord, then you, my friend, are going to hell. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are going to burn, baby, burn Alright? It's obvious this movie's going to be a masterpiece. And I can just tell that by looking at the title and what it's about. So, let's check out this trailer that's about our Lord and Savior, Lord and Savior, Jesus Cristo.
Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me for just a moment.
King Arthur!
Get down from there!
1, 2, 3!
I will say right off the bat, this does have better, like, it's not amazing, but it is better animation quality than any Christian, like, animation movie I've ever seen. Like, it's on the same level as, like, an Illumination Studios thing. Angel Studios.
You are not King Arthur!
Charles, you're going to tell him a great story about forgiveness.
Can we do this without the cat?
Stop right there.
Our story begins 2,000 years ago when
shit.
baby Jesus came into the world.
Wait, stop. If it's not about a king, then I'm not interested.
This story is about the King of Kings.
The King of Kings. Jesus had the most metal crown of everybody. Just fucking, like, thorns. That is pretty hardcore, I will say that. Okay, I take it back. Jesus looked weird. Like they made the kid look all cute, and they made the adults look normal, but they made Jesus look like lower budget.
It has angels and wicked kings and miracles. Oh, so you want to hear the story now? Why don't we help?
It's like Mr. Peabody and Sherman, but with Jesus. Like, he's there. But, like, why does Jesus look like that? Like, why is he pencil necked?
Jesus along the way.
Why is he a stick figure?
There's not nearly enough food here to feed all of these people.
I hope this helps.
Oh yeah? Magic trick, bitch!
Look! There's something out there!
I'm afraid this music's, like, copyrighted, and that I'm gonna get struck for this, so I'm just gonna keep pausing it.
Don't be afraid. This was a miracle.
I'm
to
very
some,
afraid.
But a threat
We're
to
walking on
others.
water.
Why don't we just turn the people against him?
They're like, wait a minute, there's some woke motherfucker out there telling everybody we need to love each other? We better get his ass. Fucking socialist ass piece of shit. Giving everybody food. Doing magic tricks.
Take it.
Can't we help him?
Yes, but not the way you think.
Daddy.
The way to help him is by, what? By believing in him? Is that what it is?
Time. This is what my father wants. I'll accept it, and so should you. You see,
I'm sorry. It just looks so bad. Like I said, the kid looks fine, but, like, they just, like, really fucked up on, like, Jesus's design. He looks weird. They could have just made him look normal, like the dad and the son. Like, I'm imagining he's the only other character that really reoccurs within the scenes besides the stupid cat they have to have along for comic relief.
True king serves his subjects.
Uma Thurman, Pierce Brosnan, Mark Hamill, Mark fucking Hamill, Uma Thurman. Pierce Brosnan can go fuck himself, but, like, you're a part of this shit? That's gross, y'all. And Forrest Whitaker? What the fuck is this? Well, how do they get such a decent pool for this piece of shit?
Become stronger than before. It is a great story.
The King of Kings from Angel Studios.
I don't care about the next part. Well, I know what I'm watching this Easter. I'm watching some Christian revival propaganda. Like, there's not enough movies about Jesus' life already. They had to rip off Mr. Peabody and Sherman, too. And somehow they got fucking Fire Lord Ozai and the bitch from Kill Bill in there, too. It's kind of disappointing. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to do it like the... It's that one. Because I am still fucking up at Streamlabs pretty bad. Anyway. Fuck yeah. Watch this. Oh shit. Okay, I can't. I know I can't play that song. But I know y'all youngins didn't really grow up with Tony Hawk games. These were the fucking shit back in the day. Like it was like one of those games that came out every year, like Call of Duty, you know, or Madden or whatever. But it just had like its own cool charm. Like the alternative kids had like a yearly game to look forward to, you know, like that is a pretty good upgrade in graphics too. I'm glad it actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, like, but like the cool kid, or like the kids that listen to like metal and punk and like skateboarding and all that, like there was some yearly thing for them. And I don't know, the younger generation doesn't really, they don't have like a Tony Hawk like figure. He was pretty cool. He was there to give us video games and sell us, like, pizza bagel bites, you know? Shit was cool. Wish I could have sound on, but, Motorhead's playing. That looks pretty dope, though. I'm down. Alright. Yeah. Gunslingers. I don't know anything about this, but... usually if it has Nicolas Cage in it, I'll watch it.
This town, it's called Redemption, right? I hear everyone in this town is wanted. Excuse me? I'm looking for Thomas Keller. Do you know him?
I am looking for a man named Thomas Keller. Wanted for the murder of Jess Rockefeller in New York City. He's wanted dead or alive. My life ain't worth spit. I want what's mine. My town. Body on my head, they gon' come and get it. My rules. There's no reason for you to die here tonight.
I don't care about the risk.
Give me Thomas, or I'll collect on all your heads. Praise the Lord! There's a price on my head. I'ma let it burn!
The only way we get out of here is if we do it together.
How many men? 100 men, maybe more. What's up? All right, then. Let's load up. On three. I've been waiting for this moment. Whoa. The time is right now. There's fire in Hail Mary. Fire. But now for a hell of a fight. Donnie, you my head. Who will come and get it? It's me you want. Not these people. Throw them on that wagon. We're collecting on all of them. Ow! Ain't no dreams coming true for me.
I'm down. I'm not like a huge Western fan, but I don't know. That looks pretty good. I'll watch a Western if it looks interesting enough, for sure. Like I said, like Nicolas Cage can get me to watch movies that I probably wouldn't watch unless he was in it. He's just, even if the movie is absolute dog shit, he's still good at his part in it. Like Willy's Wonderland, when that came out, which was like a way better Five Nights at Freddy's movie. That was like, that movie was so fucking fun. Like, a movie doesn't have to be a masterpiece to be a fun movie. Anyway, another action movie. Fuck his ass up. That was a turn
That's
off.
for slapping that woman. That woman was my wife. That's for slapping your wife. Who are you? A 19-year-old girl was kidnapped.
I did like Beekeeper. I'm a sucker for these kind of movies too, honestly. Like, just the whole, just about action. Like, these films kind of went away for a while of just like turn your brain off and watch some ass kicking kind of movies. Like, those were some of the best movies when I was a kid. Like, that I loved to watch.
She's my family.
Just get my back if I ever need it.
All of this is for a girl. I'm not stopping until I bring her home. You clearly have no idea who you fuck with. I was hungry. Fuck you. This isn't just some kidnapping. This is human trafficking.
You killed your way into this. You're gonna have to kill your way out of it.
She's hunting us.
Oh shit, that was Jesus.
not good. Wanna have a race?
You a cop?
You wish I was a cop.
Look at those bricks. You ain't a cop. You're a working man.
That's right. Time to get to work.
Is that a grenade?
Yep.
This is nothing like Fortnite.
Nothing like Fortnite. Hey. I mean, I'll watch it. Why not? It looks pretty cool. Now, this movie, if you've seen Tucker and Dale, you need to watch it. It's a fun ass horror movie. You really call it horror? I don't know. Horror based comedy. Oh, is there more? No. Okay. I love this kind of. I love turn your brain off movie. Like, I like very well put together masterpieces like 12 Angry Men or like, you know, like Inception or something, but every now and then it's just really fun to just watch something like this. It's just about a clown that just fucking murders everybody, and it looks like it has a sense of humor about itself. Like, turn your brain off slashers are always fun. Oh yeah. Have y'all been getting these too? Have y'all been getting this shit? I get them in like every YouTube ad now.
It's that time of year again. Hey, buddy. You leading Lent on Hallow this year?
Oh shit, Mark Wahlberg's talking like straight to Jesus.
Father, stay prayed up. Yeah, you know it. Hey, Father. You joining Lent again this year?
Of course. Stay prayed up.
All right, Father. Sister, you joining us again on the app this year, right?
I am, Mark. I can't wait to join you guys on Pray 40.
Love it. Hey, Chris.
Yo, what's up, Mark?
You want to join us on Hallow this year?
Join you on Hallow?
I hate Chris Pratt so much. Like, Mark Wahlberg is okay in some movies, but like, Chris Pratt is the most overrated fucking like children's movie actor of all time. Jurassic World fucking sucked. The only thing he was good in was Parks and Rec and Guardians of the Galaxy. There are no other. You cannot find me one. There are no other good Chris Pratt movies.
I was hoping you'd ask. Yes.
Stay prayed up.
I'll stay prayed up. You said it. I love that. Can I say that?
Check it out. Download Hallow today.
So the Catholic Church has its own Skype now, or Grindr, or whatever the fuck, I guess. I get this ad like all the fucking time. It's like I don't know. Why can't you just use? Why don't you just make like a Discord server or something? I don't know. I'm not in this kind of circle, which makes me wonder why the fuck I'm getting ads for it. Might be because I watched that fucking trailer. Alright, we're done with trailers. Well, obviously the last one wasn't a trailer either. But, this is one of the best commercials of all time.
You know, if you were to follow a busy doctor as he makes his daily round of calls, you'd find yourself having a mighty busy time keeping up with him. Time out for many men of medicine usually means just long enough to enjoy a cigarette.
Yeah.
And because they know what a pleasure it is to smoke a mild, good-tasting cigarette, they're particular about the brand they choose. In a repeated national survey, doctors in all branches of medicine, doctors in all parts of the country were asked, "What cigarette do you smoke, doctor?" Once again, the brand named most was Camel.
Yeah.
Yes, according to this repeated nationwide survey, more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette.
That's right.
Why not change to Camels for the next 30 days and see what a difference it makes in your smoking enjoyment?
That's right.
See how Camels agree with your throat. See how mild and good tasting a cigarette can be.
That's fucking funny. So you heard it here, folks. If you are gonna smoke cigarettes, I know a lot of people my age and younger don't smoke cigarettes anymore. They use these babies instead. But if you want to go classic and you want to stay healthy, you get yourself a pack of Camels. Like, that's how you save yourself from all what those stupid assholes in Dare told you. They're like, oh, cigarettes do this and cigarettes do that. Fuck them. Get yourself a pack of Camels. You're fucking the system. Don't listen to what fucking big anti-tobacco says. Down yourself a pack of Camel 99s. Now, I said with the last video that it's one of the best commercials ever made. This is the best commercial ever made.
Oh yeah, I like that.
We do not do that in this house. What? We do not do that in this house. What?
Oh god, it's like looking in a time machine. That's exactly what I fucking looked like when I was that kid's age. I had the same haircut. Oh, this is the same time period. Yeah, 2012. Like, yeah, this is what I looked like in 2012. Like, I had bigger tits than that kid, though. But besides that, it's a spitting image.
Oh. Never mind.
What's going on in your house?
It's like
Lady?
to eat in the bedroom. Oh my!
And that's me nowadays. That's great. I love that commercial. If you're watching this, if you have any like commercials you think could compete with that for best commercial ever, I'd love to see it. For sure. You know, see if you can dethrone the Doritos sex commercial. But this next thing, Rise of Block and Follow Blockbuster video. For you youngins out there, Blockbuster was like, it was like a streaming service you had to drive to. And it was basically the Walmart of video stores. Like, it started out, I don't know, like, people's opinion of it changed over time. Because when it first came out, everybody hated it because it was killing off, like, local small business video stores. But I'll go through it as it goes. So they start popping up. I know they started in Texas. Yeah, and they just start fucking, like, exploding. Killing off all these small video store businesses. Blockbuster also had, like, these weird edited versions of movies. Like, they would, like, have versions of the movies that didn't have, like, certain, like, gore scenes or sex scenes that the movies you could rent from other places had for some reason. Honestly, we can just mute this. I can just talk over it. So, like, it became like this big fucking empire. Like I said, it's basically the Walmart of video stores. And, like, by the time I was born, this was just like a standard place you would go. Its, like, only competitor was another place called Hollywood Video. But Hollywood Video had better, I think Hollywood Video was better. Because when I was a kid, I didn't really give a shit about movies as much as I do now. I was more into video games. and you know, they had their own separate section called Game Crazy, and it was basically just a game store that was like connected to the video store. Blockbuster had video games too, but they were just like in the store itself, just with the movies. Like it just had its own little shelf. At least the one I went in my town. But we can see its rise here. Let's see where. Okay, yeah. All right, yeah. So this is around the time that Netflix started, right? So Netflix used to not be a streaming service. It was like a you could mail. You would order DVDs online, and Netflix would send you the DVDs in the mail. And it started killing off Blockbuster. Like they start closing. They start going way fast. Like they start closing down like fucking crazy. And this isn't even the worst of it. Mine was still around at this point. Mine was around in the 2010s is when it closed. Yeah, they're just dropping off, and then around this time is when streaming services started being a thing. Like Netflix started, just streaming movies, and then this, you also had like Hulu and all that shit. And at this point in time, as they're all closing, especially around, let's see here, like around this point, everybody was getting really sad because even though they started out as these monsters that just took over the movie store industry, it was the only movie store left. Like Hollywood Video's already done at this point. There's no more Hollywood Video. And people started getting sad that this like thing was going away, and I can kind of sympathize because me and my mom, we would have like a tradition where we would they started having a deal. Blockbuster used to fuck you on deals. Like they had such strict policies, but around the time they started closing, they started getting cool. So you could keep, as long as you rented 2 movies or video games, you could keep a third one out for as long as you wanted. And because I grew up a broke motherfucker, my mom would like get 2 DVDs, and then she would rent those and change them back, and then I could get, they had new video games on the shelf, so I could play. That's how I played a lot of new games when I was a teenager. So I kind of have to give them credit for that. That's how I played like Halo 4. That's how I played Resident Evil 6, which whatever. You know what I mean, though. Just like modern games. So that was cool. That was what was cool about it. So it was sad to see that part go. I actually kind of got out of gaming after that for a while just because I couldn't afford any new games. I missed out on like the Xbox One, PS4 generation. I didn't get back into gaming until I got a Switch for Christmas. Now I got a Switch and a Xbox Series S. But like they're barely holding on. There's 12 stores now. And even though they opened up in Texas, there's only one left now, like nowadays. Down to, the one store here in Oregon is the only one left. And now it's just like a novelty thing. Like, people go to it and be like, ooh, this is what the late 90s looked like. So, I don't know, it's interesting. Now, I mean, this is what we're all here for, right? Like the real bread and butter of America is its food, right? And what better way to see what food is more all-American than what the U.S. president's favorite foods are? Yeah.
Hi guys, in this video you're going to watch favorite...
Shut up! I'm not here to talk to you. Alright, yeah. Roast beef, that's solid. I've never had codfish cakes, but, they look, I'd try one. Thomas Jefferson, though, this bad motherfucker right here, his favorite food's mac and cheese. That, my friends, is a true American, if I ever fucking saw one. Anybody who does this. I think he's the one that actually made mac and cheese popular in America back in the day. Because it was called something else at the time. It was like some French word. You know, but he Americanized it. And he's a fucking badass for doing so. That almost makes me forget about all the horrible slave shit he did. James Madison ice cream. Everybody fucking likes ice cream. Who the hell doesn't like ice cream? Lactose intolerant people like ice cream. Spoon bread? Is that like cornbread? Fresh fruits. Okay. That's a fitting one for Jackson. Green beans with bacons. You mean green beans with bacon? That's just a southern ass thing right there. Apple cakes. Okay. Cool. It looks like somebody that ate some squirrel stew. No wonder you died in 30 days. Pudding pie. John Tyler. James Capote. Cornbread. Everybody likes cornbread. What the fuck is rice callus or callus? I don't know. Is that like rice pudding? I don't, like, maybe. I don't know. It looks like it could go either way. We got Millfield soup. The most boring ass generic president that looks like Alec Baldwin ever. Just your favorite food is soup. You really want nothing mentioned about you in history books, do you? Frankly, fried clams. Okay. They're not bad. Butter? Butter! Butter! Hell fucking yeah, James. James Buchanan. I don't think you get more American than this. We have found the fucking true American president. James Buchanan, his favorite fucking food is butter. Hell yeah! That makes me fucking proud. What you got, Abe Lincoln? Bacon, alright. Hell yeah. Good president with good food. What the fuck is Hoppin' John? What is Hoppin' John? I'm not gonna look it up. But, okay. Hoppin' John. There. Rice pudding. Okay. Okay, Ulysses. Pancakes. I fucking love me some pancakes. Squirrel soup again? No wonder you were shot. Mutton chops. The fucking mutton chop president eats mutton chops. That kind of makes me happy. Mutton chops are good. Hell yeah. Grover Cleveland. Corned beef. Do you mean corned beef and cabbage? Like, I'm not a fan of corned beef. Or cabbage. Or beets. Grover Cleveland, you got fat for the wrong reasons. Corn! Fraser's dad loves some corn. I love me some corn. We could probably party. Me and Benjamin Harrison here. William McKinley, egg casserole. I'm not a big fan of casseroles. Chicken fried steak for this badass motherfucker right here. That's what I'm talking about. The coolest president. Eats probably exactly what I thought he did, honestly. Steak. But this motherfucker right here. William Howard Taft. Our fattest president. Which probably means he is the most American president if we're ranking him here. He's the fattest, and he eats steak and taters. And if that ain't some homegrown, all-American, red, white, and blue, patriotic, badass shit, then I don't know what the fuck is, alright? Look at that shit. He got fat off steak and taters. That's a good old boy right there. Fuck yeah. I don't even know what Taft did mostly, but him being the fattest president and that being his diet, like, ups him on the scale a lot. Maybe I'll do a president's tier list in the next episode. Chicken salad. Get the fuck out of here, you KKK motherfucker. What the fuck is knockwursts? I know bratwursts. Doesn't look as good as a bratwurst. Calvin with pickles. Guessing he was pregnant. Sweet potatoes topped with marshmallows. Herbert Hoover. The shittiest president. One of the, like, arguably the shittiest president we've ever had. Maybe besides a couple. He's definitely up in, like, the top 5 or 3, though. pretty decent Thanksgiving side, so good job on that one. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Hot dogs. Alright. Hell yeah. Harry S. Truman. His mom's fried chicken. It's not any fried chicken. His mama's fried chicken. I bet that bitch made some good fried chicken if that's his favorite. Okay. Cool. We got Mammy's $1 Million Fudge. That just seems like a Dwight D. Eisenhower food. I don't know. I mean, I like fudge. I don't eat it a lot, but it's not bad for sure. John F. Kennedy seafood. Not any specific. Like shrimp, you know, lobster, clams. I don't know. I like me some seafood. Depends on what it is, but you know, I can get down on some crab legs or something. Lyndon B. Johnson. Spicy sausage. Sounds good. Meatloaf. You like meatloaf? I think meatloaf... Well, alright. This is probably going to piss some people off. Meatloaf sucks. It just does. Meatloaf is lame. It's lazy. All you do is just slap it on there and put some ketchup on it. It's like, if you're going to have ground beef, just ketchup. Just make a fucking burger. Burgers are so much better than meatloaf. Meatloaf is the lazy man's hamburger. And if you don't even have the guts to make a hamburger, you need to go home. Pot roast with red cabbage. I don't like cabbage. I like pot roast. Grits. I think that was like a campaign thing he did, wasn't it? Like, to get like more southern votes, he was like, I'm a homegrown southern man. I like me some grits. Jelly beans. Jelly bellies. That was like a big thing, right? I think he like quit. I think he quit smoking at the time, so like his next vice was like jelly beans. So he was always had them. Like he'd go up, like if you were hanging out with him, he'd be like, "Would you like a jelly bean from your good old friend Ronald?" We found it. We have found the American president. Bill Clinton, McDonald's, cheeseburger. We have found the all-American president. If your favorite food is McDonald's, you are a true-blooded, badass, patriotic, country-loving motherfucker. If your favorite food is a McDonald's cheeseburger. Fuck yeah, Bill. Alright. There's some stuff I don't like about you, but we're ranking on American here. Margarita pizza? That's the pizza you pick? George Bush? That's such a George W. Bush fucking answer. Margarita pizza? You fucking lame ass. Bullshit. Barack Obama, your favorite food is not broccoli. I don't give a fuck what you say. Like, this is probably some shit he did to, like... Because you remember his wife was like hell-bent on determined on ruining food for school children. I think this was his way of like taking some of the flack off her. He's like, I like broccoli. Bullshit. Obama's like eating cheeseburgers and shit. All right, you ain't gonna see Obama with just broccoli. Like, what the fuck? Broccoli is nobody's favorite food. You're a lying sack of shit. Look at those eyes. Like, those eyes right there say, yeah, call me on my shit. I dare you. Donald Trump. Fast food in general, I guess. Why did I get more specific with Clinton? Again, you know what? I hate Trump with all my heart. I really do. Like very, 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 very much so. I really fucking hate Donald Trump. But he might be the most American president ever. Period. He's fat. He's stupid as fuck. He talks out of his ass. All he eats is fast food. Like I just don't know any other way to put it. He might be, like, I think we have to crown Donald Trump as the most as the most American president of all time. Like, as much as I hate him, for sure. Yeah, then we all know Joe Biden's is ice cream. Yeah. Wait, what? What, Trump changed his favorite food? Is this RFK's doing? He's like, you can't like fast food if you're gonna hire me. You have to like something healthy. So Trump picked. It's like, I don't eat Big Macs anymore. I like me a good steak. I don't know. Anyway. I did this last time. I'll fucking do it again. Stop. Now. Just like last time. What you're about to see is 100% awesome, real footage of the entity known as the motherfucking Mothman. Alright? Probably the most badass, attractive cryptid, according to some people. Have you seen that statue of Mothman? He's got like a... Apparently he's got a giant ass. But that's none of my concern. I'm here to share with you the top 5 Mothman sightings caught on camera. Let's check him out.
Mothman or
That's
the
the
Flying
one.
Man was first sighted in 1966, when 5 men were in West Virginia and saw that a figure that resembled a man was flying over their heads. The Mothman is said to be a large man-shaped creature that has wings and glowing red eyes. Here are 5 Mothman sightings caught on camera.
Yeah.
A creature was reported to fly over the sky in 2001 in Camden.
That's not a bat. That's Mothman, okay? That's 100%. It 100% can't be a bat.
It was also noted in different parts of England near the same time period.
England? What the fuck's he doing over in England?
Mothman is described as a bipedal winged humanoid.
Yeah, you said that.
Despite his name, which was given to him by newspapers, he is in no way moth-like.
Yes, he is. He's got big ass eyes. He's got fucking wing. What would you call him then? He's not Batman. Well, that other one might be Batman. No, it's not. It's Mothman. But like, what would you pick as an animal to compare him to the most then?
Coloration varies from black grey to even brown, although
Whoa.
it's usually the darker shades. He's often reported to be about 7 feet tall with a wingspan of 10 to 15 feet or more, plus the ability to fly over 100 miles per hour.
Okay. 100? Damn. Okay.
Sometimes he's described as having a head with 2 large red eyes.
Yes, you said
These
this
eyes are
already.
reported to be glowing, or at least reflective.
Yes, you said that already.
The details of his face and feet have never been described.
Okay. Probably moth-like.
The sightings of Mothman continued for months throughout the Point Pleasant area.
Yeah.
The Mothman was once seen again on the Silver Bridge, and many people believe
Don't
that the
do it,
creature was trying
Mothman.
to warn people.
You have so much to live
Some
for.
think that it's just a made-up story, and people were seeing a normal animal such as an owl or a bird of prey.
That owl looks offended that you're like taking a picture of him. He's like, I wasn't fucking ready. I just got up. I'm tired.
On the 20th of November 2016,
There he is.
an unidentified man captured images of what he believed to be the Mothman. The photographer
Okay.
gave the pictures to local news station WCHS, claiming he took them while driving on State Route 2. The station aired the pictures in the November 2016 report. The images are grainy and show the silhouette of a 2-legged winged creature flying above the treetops.
Okay.
Mothman was sighted in New York.
Mothman. Cool.
This photo shows a giant bird-like creature
Mothman takes Manhattan. Cool.
hovering close to buildings. Although it does have a humanoid appearance, some believe it could show a sandhill crane.
It's not a sandhill crane, bitch. This ain't top 5 sandhill crane sightings caught on camera. That's Mothman.
Sandhill cranes are very large, tall birds.
So?
With a long neck, long legs, and very broad wings.
There's plenty of things that are large with long neck, long legs, and big wings. Like, how do you know it's a sandhill crane? First of all, it's Mothman. But it could be like a stork, it could be a pelican. You don't fucking know. Stop talking out of your ass.
The bulky body tapers into a slender neck, and the head is small and the bill is to be sighted in different parts of the world.
This ain't the sandhill crane video. Get back to Mothman.
Too. Recently it was spotted in Argentina. citizens found a strange creature that had wings. Carol Sanchez, a fireman, along with his policeman friend, spotted this hooded creature at night. It stood still and then walked inside the dark terrain.
It walked? We're already at number 1?
The state of West Virginia.
We're already at number 1? This video's only like half over.
Virginia has had its fair share of strange and often inexplicable events, such as the visitation of the Flatwoods Monster. But perhaps the strangest yet is the arrival of the creature known as the Mothman. The first recorded Mothman sighting took place on...
I like that one. I hope that's what he looks like. Is that... I mean, this looks like a pretty real picture. You know what? Like, I like this Mothman. I want to give him hugs and pets. Like, look at him.
November the 12th, 1966. 5 men were in a cemetery preparing a grave for burial when they saw something they couldn't explain.
Cemetery. Symmetry is like, you know, like fucking line, graph, middle school geometry shit. Cemetery. Why can't English people speak English? Like, what the fuck's up with that?
Lifting off from the nearby trees was a brown-winged creature. The men held to the fact that what lifted off from beyond the trees was no bird. It was a humanoid. The creature was sighted in many places across West Virginia and the surrounding states. But the largest number of sightings happened near the old West Virginia Ordnance Works, an area now known by the locals as the TNT area. The area is riddled with abandoned tunnels, most of which have collapsed, been sealed off or become flooded with water.
He's kinda cute.
A wildlife sanctuary now encompasses the area. In 1979, fishermen in the TNT area reported that chemicals had been left to seep into the ponds.
Why do all these people like act like cryptids are just like creepy, scary, evil creatures? Like, nobody, like Mothman's never killed anybody. Why are you having all this eerie shit behind it? It's the same with Bigfoot in the last episode. It's like he wasn't doing anything. He was just being Bigfoot. This is just Mothman being Mothman. He's just hanging out in the woods. Like, why is it so scary?
Causing it to be labelled as an environmental disaster. By the year 1983, the TNT area was amongst the country's most polluted sites. It was here in the TNT area on November the 15th, 1966, 3 days after the first sighting took place, that 2 couples would encounter this bizarre creature. They were driving through the area around midnight when one of them noticed 2 large glowing red eyes in the darkness. They soon learned that those eyes belonged to something that looked human. The creature was around 7 feet tall and had wings. After stopping the car, the couples inspected the creature. The 4 realised immediately that their spectacle was no ordinary bird. The true horror began, however, when the creature spread its wings and pursued them down Highway 62, to the Point Pleasant city limits at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour.
I mean...
In 1976, in Mornan, Cornwall, there was a sighting of a large creature known as Owlman. The first sighting took place on April 17th, 1970.
This ain't Owlman. It's Mothman. I mean, I don't know. He seems alright. Like, doesn't really look like an owl.
When the creature was spotted hovering above the Mornan Church Tower. Strangely, sightings up to August 1970.
The missus is here. Hello, beautiful.
Hi, baby. Dad's bringing me some medicine, so he's not home.
Alright, yeah. This is the last video.
All occurred within the vicinity of this church.
Mothman.
Hell yeah.
This cryptid was about the size of a man. It had pointed ears, red eyes, and black pincer-like claws. Somewhat eerily, there were many UFO reports as well as encounters of animals behaving strangely in the surrounding area just prior to the Owlman sightings.
Okay. That's it?
That was some sightings of the legend.
That was the lamest cryptid video ever. First of all, you have no idea how to run it, like do one of these top. I need to make one of these like actual top 10 videos. I'll show you how it's done. You barely showed Mothman. Is there no video footage of Mothman? Just like some really shitty pictures, and then you just showed some Mothman fan art? You didn't even show the statue with the ass. You just showed the other weird one. Like, if you're gonna show a Mothman statue, you gotta do the one with the, you know, with the big fat ass. That's the canon one. But, anyway. This episode was kind of short. Mainly because I had to cut something because I thought it was dumb, and I'm gonna make it into my own, into its own separate video because I feel like it can be. So that's it for today. If you like what you saw, be sure to like the video, comment on it, share it if you think you know anybody that would be into this kind of weird shit. Be sure to subscribe if you, again, if you like what you see. We got 7 last time. We need to bump that shit up. We're going to take it to the top. We're going to dethrone that fraud, Mr. Beast, in his stupid bitch ass, alright? We're going to do it with pride and honesty and pure prejudice. Anyway, that's all I got for this. So...